Hi. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn the TV off. I couldn't hear it, but I'm sure you could. I have headset on, so I'm having a problem with my computer today. I don't know if it'll stay running. It doesn't. I've had to restart it numerous times. I don't know what's the problem now. Instagram doesn't want to run either. I had to go on my phone to post a quick message that I planned on streaming tonight because I couldn't do it on my computer. So I don't know if the story I was trying to write, it's not going to work because I prefer contemporary, and I know that particular story, the way I want to write it, the way I see it, is not contemporary. So that's not going to work. And the situation I was writing about doesn't work that way anymore. So it would have to be, written back in the 70s when it happened. It was based on something that happened to me. And I was having a hard time because I kept forgetting I wasn't writing it as it happened. I was trying to make a story out of it. I just took the idea and was using it as an idea, and I kept forgetting, and I kept writing it as things happen, and it was getting too confusing, and I really wasn't thrilled with it. So I spent about 1,000 words on it. I didn't waste 1,000 words, if you can waste words. I'm not sure you can actually waste them, but I feel like I wasted 1,000 words because I'm having enough time writing as it is. So, I just got a message from Jen that it's not working. I can't see Instagram on my computer sometimes. I have to use my phone. And I don't understand why. It's not everybody, it's only some people. But then we have a group one set up, and that's the one that insists on disappearing on me. And the only way I can find it is to actually go on my phone and say something so it shows up. So I'm not sure if she's just can't see it or it's not working. Oh, okay. I guess she just was questioning whether I was able to get on. So let me send her a message back. All right. So you have to try and think of another topic now. And I'm not so sure. I was trying to switch genres to romance. And I've been reading a ton of romance, and I'm not sure because I had a problem back when I was a teenager. I was in therapy at the time, unfortunately. And I was complaining because I read, these happily ever after stories, and it was really bumming me out because life isn't really like that. And finally, she told me flat out, "You're going to have to stop reading them because you're not doing yourself any good." Because I want it to be like it is in these books, and life isn't that way. I mean, some people are lucky, and yes, some people have, get the perfect life ever after experience, but obviously I'm not not to be that way. And I'm starting to feel that way again, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to stop with the romance, including trying to write it, because I don't feel that these books I read are real, because my life wasn't that way. So are they, is life really that way? Yes, for some people, but not everyone. And it's hard to write about something that you don't feel totally in sync with. And to me, I just don't feel that they're real to life. And I'm getting that feeling again, which means I might have to stop reading the romance and go back to like mystery or something like that, because it's okay to have a romantic episode in the story, but it can't be the whole book, because it's just too much. And I don't know whether it's just me, like I said, or because I married the wrong person, and I suffered a long time before we divorced. We were married 23 years, and I suffered the whole 23 years. So I'm having a hard time understanding that people can have a great life. I'm sure they do. I'm sure I see people all the time saying how happy they are. So I'm sure it's just me. But it's messing with my writing. And I need to separate something here. But I'm having problems even with mystery, because I can't seem to get an idea and work out all the logistics to make a story and then solve it. And I think that's part of the problem right now. That plus I'm depressed. So you add that all together and it makes it difficult. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm not into fantasy. I'm not too much into science fiction, although it's okay on occasion, depending on what it is. I love horror, but I find it difficult to write. Like, I have a lot of things that happen in my life that I can, and dreams. I have nightmares. If I could be like Stephen King and take my nightmares and write these stories, I'd have great stories. Because my nightmares are horrendous. And I have them numerous times a night, because I wake up constantly from them. But I just can't seem to find a happy medium. I did get news on my dad today. He's in a lot of pain. So now, although he won't admit it, when my sister touched him, he yelled, and he's not moving. And they think, so they're trying to decide whether they give him pain medicine, which he does not want. He just wants to go. He wants to be with my mom. He's tired of this life. And, it's like, as much as we told him to just let go and go, if that's what you want, go. You have the power to stop living. I mean, he thinks we're keeping him prisoner. We have no control over whether he lives or dies. I mean, he seems to think we do. So that conversation wasn't too great today. But at least I was wondering, because I was just saying to myself, I need to call her and find out what's going on. And she called me to tell me this. And he's in a lot of pain now. It's a shame. And I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. And that's what my kids are trying to do. They want me, because they're afraid of something's going to happen to me. So they want me somewhere where someone's going to be keeping an eye out on me. And I'm trying to get into assisted living, which isn't quite as strict as living in a nursing home. You do have freedom and whatnot. And I'm trying to wait, and it's been almost a year now. I just got an email asking me for my insurance, and I asked her, is something wrong? And she's like, no. But when we're ready to go, we want to make sure we have everybody's insurance. Because I know they got my insurance. They took that was one of the first things they took to make sure I qualified for it. So I hope it's soon. I really am. I mean, I'm nervous as all get out, but this situation is not really doing me much good. And I don't know what's wrong with my computer now. And that's one of the few things I have that I can communicate with. That and reading the Kindle stories, you know, because I don't want to run back and forth to a library all the time. And it's easier to read my Kindle on my phone than it is to either use the regular size Kindle or a book, because I read it a lot of times laying down. So, okay. Well, what I'm going to do, nobody's here yet. I'm going ahead and start a stream as soon as I find the timer. And see, I know somebody's supposed to be coming later, and see if anybody shows up. I never did get a chance to advertise it on Instagram, so I need to announce it. This was kind of last minute, and it was later than I wanted, and then my computer started screwing up, so I couldn't get done when I wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and start a stream and see if I can do something on here, because not that some of these things just aren't working right. Instagram's not working right. This seems to be working as far as I can tell, although nobody's here, so I don't know for sure. So we'll see. And if nobody shows up after an hour or so, I'll just sign off. I mean, it's no big deal. All right, let me get the timer. All right, I'm going to start it now. 25 minutes. And again, I got the problem with the light behind me. It'll pass once the sun goes down. Right now, it's hard to see me, I know. All right, I'll see you in 25 minutes. Or sooner if this thing goes nuts on me. Sorry, still muted. That was my fault. This thing moved faster than I realized. And I was busy trying to get the timer off, and I forgot about I was muted. Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah. Your imagination is great, but I understand the hibernation because, like I said, I've been hibernating for a while now. I just can't find anything that inspires me. And I do most of my work from prompts, but even prompts aren't doing anything. And now I just took the domain name off my thing because I can't afford it anymore, and the other stuff off of there, and now I can't even get on my blog. It keeps wanting to go back to that domain, and I can't get it to go to the free page. So now I don't know what I'm doing there. My computer's not working right. I've been struggling with it since before I started this this stream. I've been fighting with it. Something's wrong. It won't back up now. The backup isn't working. I was like, what happened? I just went to bed. Everything was working fine. And now everything is not working. So get this out of the way so you can see me. I know, I just got a new hard drive. It's not even old to begin with. It's just over a year old to begin with, and I just got a new hard drive. So why am I having all these issues? You know, I just found out about the blog, so I have to figure out how to, because I just did it. I just, like, the dates ran out, but I guess they give you some grace time. So I had to physically go in and remove it, and maybe it just hasn't taken effect yet. I'm not sure, but I'll have to look into that when I have time, when I'm not being, being distracted by other things. But it's great to see you guys. And Laura, I haven't seen you in ages. I just started back. I've been on Jules's stream a couple times. I'm not usually up during the day, but I happen to be up, so I've been on Jules's a couple times. But I'm not writing anything. I'm just reading right now. I just spent 1,000 words on something that I'm not going to use. And I was explaining earlier, yeah, reading is still good. I know that. But the fact that I can't write at all is bothering me. I can't seem to get anywhere. And I was going through the fact of when I was younger, I decided I was going to do romance. Well, I'm having an issue with that. And I had an issue when I was younger because I didn't believe in the, happily ever after. And it was really messing with my mind. And my therapist told me I had to stop reading them because it was messing with my mind. I think maybe it's doing it again because everything, they go through their little glitch and then everything is fine and they're happily ever after. And life isn't always that way for most people. Some people may have it happily ever after, and I think it's messing with me. So I may have to get away from the romances again. I had stopped reading for years. I mean, I used to read a book, at least one book every day. Then I stopped reading. And all I was doing is writing. And then all of a sudden I couldn't write. And now all I do is read. I mean, I'm supposed to be packing stuff up to move. And so far, don't have too much packed. And most of it's not going anyhow, so most of it's just going to go in the trash or to the donation center or wherever. They asked me for my insurance today, and I said, "What's going on? Something wrong?" Because the guys took my insurance when I signed up. She says, "No, we're just making sure we have everybody's insurance, so when the time comes, we can, do it." Yeah, I guess it is hard to read with a cute dog putting his nose in the pages, and he's got a lot of hair from what I remember. So I have some short story collections too, that I've gotten. Some of them I got as from the writers, the ARC writers, as an ARC. I had to read them. But I got a couple others that I didn't, and I have to finish reading through them. So I won't be doing any more ARC, so that's too much. Then have to write a review, and I hate writing reviews. I'm no good with writing reviews. So I won't be doing that anymore. It is so hot in here. It isn't funny. And it's not even, it's 77 right now, 77 degrees right now. When it gets up into the hundreds, if I'm still here, in the new place, I'll be on the first floor, and hopefully their air works good. Each room has its own air conditioner and heater, so we can control our own heating and air conditioning, thankfully. Because everybody I know is always cold, and I'm sitting here sweating, and I would hate that live with somebody that was always cold, because we'd have the heater up and I'd be dying. No central. It's just there's a hole in the wall with a sleeve in it, and you slide the air conditioner in there. Not allowed to put them in the windows, so you have to put them in the hole that they cut in the apartment. So it's really hot, and I have fans running, and I just turned the fan on right on me because I'm too hot. And I hate being hot. I don't feel well when I'm hot. And even in the winter, I rarely put the heat on in here because it's too hot. Usually, only when it's like a windy day and the wind chill factor is really low. At that point, I may turn it on for a little while. Most of the time, I don't have it on. This was kind of a last minute thing. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to do it today or not. What is it? Did you change your schedule? I don't know anybody's schedules anymore. It's like I looked for Charlie, and I'm like, well, it's not on the same day that it normally used to be. So either they're not streaming or they're on different. Oh, you're not live streaming anymore at all. Okay, because I didn't get a chance to look for yours yet. Yeah, that's what I'm going through. Probably been about 6 months now. But I still was streaming. I stopped streaming a few months ago, and it made me so much more relaxed. No, because whenever I knew I was going to stream, I started getting all, up, nervous and upset. And he's fluffy, but he does his shit. Well, that's good. Yeah, I haven't been guest hosting. I just started hosting again, and I don't have a schedule. I just, when I feel like doing it, I do it. Well, I know my Instagram thing went out because I'm getting all the likes now. Instagram wasn't working earlier for me. I had to go on my phone because I couldn't do it on the computer. Now it appears to be working on the computer. I don't know. It just seems like so much trouble. I don't know if I want to keep doing it. You just get to a point where it's like, I don't feel like it. It's not helping. I mean, when you get to the point where you dread it, it's not good. And I realized when I stopped streaming, a difference in how I felt. Like I wasn't as upset and depressed. So it made a difference. So I'm slowly coming back, but I don't know if I want to. I don't even know if I can once I move. That's still up in the air. I don't know if I'll be able to anyhow. So time will tell on that once I finally get moved in and try to stream, whether or not I can or not. Because all I'm going to have is their Wi-Fi. And I found when I tried using my Wi-Fi without the Ethernet cable, it just hung up. And it was robotic, and it wasn't working right at all. So if that's the case, I won't be streaming anymore anyhow. But I'm kind of losing the interest I had in the beginning. And that comes with the bipolar. I mean, I go through periods of, manic, and then depression, and manic, and then, back and forth. It drives me crazy. I hope they have decent Wi-Fi too. But who knows? That's the thing. I'm going into a situation that I don't know whether they will or they won't. I mean, they said they're going to have Wi-Fi, so I can bring my computer. But I'd already asked them that. Though with the computer acting up the way it is, I don't know what its problem is now. And now the backup isn't working. It keeps coming up and saying your backup's not working. We cannot back up. Your backup's not working. I'm like, it's always something. You guys want to sprint? Oh, stream. I got those words mixed up. You guys want to sprint? I don't know if you're writing tonight or not. Okay. I gotta see if I can find out what's going on with WordPress. So, alrighty. Hi, Heather. Nice to see you. We're just getting ready to start another sprint. As soon as I find the timer. Oh, that's not it. How about that one? That's it. All right. I have it set for 25 minutes, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. It started. See you in 25 minutes. All right. I'm still messing with my blog. I don't know what's going on with it. We're talking about coffee quills. I only see the end of this one. I didn't yet see the whole conversation. Coffee quills? I know she's coffee. If you're talking about coffee quills, she's on YouTube. I'm not sure what her YouTube name is, but Twitch is coffee quills. Oh, good. You managed 386. Good job. Oh, okay. I didn't catch the whole conversation, so and the only coffee I know is coffee quills. Editing your podcast episode. Okay. So you're doing podcasts, huh? Yeah, I guess you better get it done. I don't need to add anything more to my. I don't do anything now but read, sleep, and eat. That's the extent of my life right now. Podcast is about writing, mostly horror. Well, since that's usually what you're writing, it makes sense. I don't know what I want to write. I thought I wanted to do romance, but now I'm not so sure about that. I'm reading one of Kennedy Fox's again, just came out, and hers are so much different. There's two of them writing, so much different from a lot of the other people that I've been reading. For sure, definitely different. And of course, it's definitely not young adult romance. As I read, I just finished all Sarah Sutton's young adult romance, and that's a big difference. Big, big difference. So I thought about possibly writing something like that, but then I realized that what I was writing, it's not contemporary, and so I didn't want to continue with that. Yeah, I enjoyed Sarah Sutton's books. I mean, they're definitely young adult. They're all in high school, and they're realistic. They're not, it's not like I read it and said, "Oh yeah, right." No, she's very, very good writer. Took me back to my high school years, and I could see that happening. And she had why I only found 6, so I'm not sure how many she did. I found 6 of them and read 6 of her books. If there's any more, I'll have to look for them later, but I did do 6 of them. That's why I was questioning young adult romance, because things I had been reading were claiming to be young adult seemed to be a little bit too adult. And when I looked it up, they're the ones that are also claiming to be young adult are actually new adult. There's a category new adult, which is 18 to 25. So they're claiming to be young adult, which they're not, because there's a lot of sex in them, more so than what is in a young adult romance. I mean, she definitely doesn't, get into sex. Oh yeah, they kiss, they hug, whatever. But but what teenagers do, and definitely not very descriptive, which is these other books claiming to be young adult are not. So there's definitely a big difference. Okay, Heather. So that's why I thought maybe I'd try writing something like that, and was thinking back to my high school years, but I'm like, things are different now. And I'd rather stay with contemporary, and I'm really not familiar with contemporary teenagers. But I don't deal with them. I don't have one. I mean, I rarely see my grandchildren, so I really don't know what they're into. But if I was to suggest somebody for young adult, I would definitely say Sarah Sutton's books are they're nice reads, and they're definitely what I would say are young adult. They're in their teenage years. I think the oldest was maybe 18, 17 or 18, and age-wise, young adult is 12 to 18. So these other people are claiming to be young adult. Not all of them are. Fantasy. Yeah, see, I'm not much into fantasy, so. I've been reading a lot of cozy mysteries and stuff like that. Whatever I can get for free on Kindle. The funny thing is, some of these people have some that are on the Kindle Unlimited and some that aren't. So they're charging for some of their books, but not all of them. I'm like, wouldn't that be confusing? Trying to keep track of which ones you got on Kindle Unlimited and ones you're actually charging for. Oh, your mom started writing a cozy mystery, her first book ever. That's cool. She's writing it for her sisters. That's cool. There, if you're looking for something like really lighthearted, not gory and whatnot, but sometimes some of the stuff they do in there, they get away with, you wouldn't really get away with. And so sometimes if I'm in my mood, I'll say, why am I reading this? This isn't real. People couldn't do this and not get in trouble. They're very, very lighthearted, though. They're easy reads, and I read a lot of them. So she's writing it about, is she writing it about them specifically, or just basing the character on that person? Oh, just for fun. Okay. So she's kind of writing it about their life or whatever. Sort of. Because I gather her ex isn't really a killer. I'm still struggling with my blog and the new one. I can't get it to come up under the. If I actually manage to get it to come up, it says that it's the free version. But if I try to go to it and type that in, I can't get it to come up. So I don't know what's going on with it. Good thing I don't have anything to write to it right now. I can't even get on it. She's writing about her and her sisters after they retire, are widowed, and open a bed and breakfast together in Virginia. You know, there's quite a few cozies that feature bed and breakfasts. I just read a couple of them that featured bed and breakfast in them. One of them, they didn't plan on being the people to figure out the murderer, but they ended up being amateur sleuths. Now I'm reading one. Well, besides, right now I'm reading, of course, Kennedy Fox. Because each time a new one comes out, I always read that. But before that, I was reading the cozies that are based on food. And they deal with food. And a lot of them have recipes in them if you're looking for recipes, And I found one. She obviously, when she first started writing, it didn't plan to go any further. So she made the characters a certain way. And now she's writing another one, but she's featuring these characters, which I've found out because I'm reading them in the wrong order. I realized that who these people are, and they're not exactly the way they were originally in her first stories. So she obviously changed them up. So because the character wouldn't have been able to be a sleuth if she's, stumbling around with a cane and has new hips and whatnot. She's doing all this stuff. She's running, and I'm like, something wrong here. But it's got to be the same people because it's the same author, and she keeps bringing up these characters, so they seem to tie in together. The new one. Are you talking to me about the new Kennedy Fox? Because that's what I'm reading, the one they just put out. Like, they're getting wilder yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, they're getting wilder as they go on. And you're definitely getting much, much wilder. It's amazing. Because I know at one time that was considered erotica, and now it's commonplace. It's the twin of the last one that they wrote. They're all part of the Bishop Brothers Cowboys. It's the Cowboys. I don't know what you mean by Menage book. But this is the second twin. The first twin is now married, and now we're working on twin number 2, and the next one is their sister. Whether they'll continue on, I don't know, but that's where they're at right now. So they're planning one for the sister. Like, they're doing one for each person. Oh, yeah. Where the twins were together, and how, yeah, they're dead set against doing that again. That was the last one. So that was the first twin. He's married the girl, Hadley. Only they call her Hads as a nickname, which is kind of weird. I don't know where they came up with that nickname. Yes, it was. It's what I said, and they're just getting, more and more wild. I was kind of surprised though when they had the trio like that. It really surprised me that they went with that. They do bring it up in this, but not that they want to do it again. It's something they'd never do again. So I didn't get too far into this, so I don't know how this one is saucy wise. So this one, the second twin is 10 years older than the girl, who happens to be the sister that married the other twin. So it's going to end up being the two twins with the two sisters. Because they've been carrying their story down through the generations. So now we're in, the original mother and father are now like great grandparents, I guess. So I don't know if they'll continue on or start something new. I know they got a couple others that are coming up, but they're also stories that are continuing on and kind of linked together in certain ways. They're the only ones I've been, those and one the thriller I've been paying for. I don't usually pay for. I won't be after I move, obviously. Right now I still have a little extra money, but I can't be doing that once I move into the fixed living, assisted living. There won't be any extra money to be spending on those books, so I'll have to do. That's why it kind of annoys me. I found this series, but half the books you got to pay for, and the other half are Kindle Unlimited. Which is weird. I don't know why they did some. And it's not like a whole bunch in a row. They're like spaced out in between. They suddenly throw one that has. Luckily, I noticed it before I ordered it. Before I went through with the transaction. Oh, wait a minute. This one's not a Kindle Unlimited. Well, I lost all of my other ones from what I can see. Because I had to change my Kindle because somebody got the password and went in and locked me out of it. And when I went back in, finally, we called them and talked to them about it, and they said it was mine. They let me back in, and then I thought, wait a minute, if someone figured it out, and they've been in here, I don't want to keep this one. So I used another email and created another Amazon account. But all the books that I had on there aren't on this one, obviously, because there's a whole separate account. And I don't even know what the old one, I think I canceled it. So all those books are gone. And I had probably had billions still. Because every free book was offered, I think, okay, okay, okay. And that's where I noticed a lot of people will make the first one free, and then once they get you hopefully hooked, you'll buy afterwards. You'll buy their books. Switch to your phone. Time to do the dishes. I have a bunch of audibles I don't have time to listen to either because I fall asleep on chapter 1 every time, and I have to start over again. I think they're on this account. I think most of them are on this account. Hopefully, most of them are on this account because, yeah, I paid money for them. The thing is, they're not all like you can move them between the Kindle and the phone and the computer and whatnot. But yeah, I canceled the Audible a long time ago because I was I figured out that I was paying more for per month for Audible than the book would actually sell for. Because I started looking at the cost of the book if I bought it, and it was cheaper than what I'm paying per month for Audible. So I quit Audible a long time ago. But I do have Kindle Unlimited now, and I'll keep that because what is it, $10 or so a month? I could probably squeeze out the $10 a month, and that way there's a ton of Kindle books. I may not be able to read the well-known authors, but there's plenty of stuff to read. And a lot of the cozies are definitely Kindle. Not all, but a lot of them. All right. Well, I guess we should do another sprint. And Laura's doing dishes, so I don't think she'll be sprinting, but I'll start another stream. Still trying to figure out what's going on with my WordPress timer. Okay. 25 minutes, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All righty. Well, like I said, I like reading the Kindle on my phone because it's easier for me to hold because I usually am laying down. So it's easier to hold that than the Kindle. At least I assume the Kindle still works. I haven't used it in a while. Alrighty. See you in a little bit. All right. I got a few things done around here. And I read a little bit of the Kennedy Fox book. Of course, I happened to be a really steamy part. uh, Laura submitted a story today that just got accepted for a Halloween issue. Yay, congratulations. Jen, 622 words. It's been a while since you've gotten that high. Those used to be your normal. Good job. I remember you used to be one of my highest writers. Good job. Well, usually by the time I see you, you're at the end of the night and you've been writing all day, so I'm sure you slow down at nighttime if you've been writing all day long. A human gets abducted by insectoid aliens and encased in amber as a specimen. Reminds me of Jurassic Park, where the dinosaur, what was it, the eggs or whatever, were in the amber in his cane. Or were they insect? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that. Yeah, when I write all day, I usually do not want to write all night. I can understand that. Need a break sometime. Makes you tired. Yeah. Mosquitoes in amber with dino DNA in the blood in their stomachs. Yeah, okay. You know, something like that. It's been a while since I usually when it was ever on TV, I'd watch the three. Oh, there's more now. I think there's a new one coming out. If I saw the ad right on TV, I think they've got one coming out this summer. But of course, at the end of the last one, they're off the island, so. I went to a memorial service and a lunch with my sister for one of her former clients today, though. Oh, so you were a little busy. Very soon, yes. I showered and put on makeup and everything. Oh, wow. It's a big day for me now. uh, my showering gets done when my aide is here. I can't do it myself. Too dangerous for me climbing into the tub and with nobody here. And she bathes me, so because I can't reach with my pain and back and all my issues. I need help, unfortunately, which is why I'm definitely have to go to a assistant living because I need help. And she's only here for the 4 hours, Monday through Friday. I have no idea how all this is going to work. Once I get used to it, it'll be fine, I'm sure. But right now, just worrying about it all the time makes me crazy. My anxiety is really out there. I just don't have to be up at 5 to do it like I used to. There you go. Not that I don't shower, I do. If I had a walk-in shower, I mean, I might be able to at least, try to rinse off a little bit. But I have to climb into the tub and with my pain and whatnot, and it's hard. I can't. I have to get my legs up over the side of the tub and hopefully don't fall. And then if I do, there's nobody there, so I don't get a shower unless she's around. Yeah, they're walk-in showers with seats. They do have seats in the showers, and they're walk-ins. So, from the shape of what I remember, it looks like they may have had bathtubs in there. It used to be a motel that that's why they have all these rooms like they are and everything. And so it has the heating in the window and the air conditioning like you do in motels. And then the bathroom probably had a bathtub. So the shower is bigger than just a small walk-in. It's a little bit bigger. It's like the shape of a tub, if I remember right. Just sit under the hot water. Yeah. Hopefully the hot water will be better than it is here. How many times I've had cold water or no water? There have been several times I've gotten all the way into the shower only to turn it on to find out there was no water. And we've had an elevator down for over a month. We only have two. And the other day, the other one broke down. And I don't know how long it was down for. I canceled a doctor appointment. I said, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get out of here, but I couldn't walk anyhow. That was the day my feet hurt for some reason. And so I didn't go out till later that day to take my rent down, and the elevator was working again, but they got to get this other elevator working. This is ridiculous. We have 8 floors, 100 apartments, 100 and few over 100. It's 114 apartments, something like that. Is it that many? Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong. Forget how many are on each floor. There's 8 floors here. Over there, I'm on the first floor, so I don't have to worry about elevators or anything anymore. And I got a view out my window because I got one of the first choices, so that was great. You don't have to worry about an elevator, and I got a view out my window. If you go to Facebook, I mean, they have it's not the room I picked, it's the other style room. They have two styles. And you can see they walk through the place, and show you everything. I forgot. I didn't know if I could find it or not, but it is still in there. Well, the only thing about the first floor, of course, it's the first floor. You got to worry about people, walking in or breaking in or whatever. Whereas, obviously, on the sixth floor here, I don't worry about it. I don't even have curtains on my windows. I have shades, but half the time they're up. Because who's going to see anything on the sixth floor? But getting down, especially when there's something where the elevators are down and you've got to go down the stairs. Like if we have a fire alarm, I have to sit in the fire stairs. I can't go down the stairs. I can't get down them. I have to wait there if something happens, somebody has to come up and get me out of there and hope that whatever it is hasn't gotten to me by then. So I'll be glad to be on the first floor. Except for the fact that, the windows are right there. And not that I have anything to steal. And the rooms are so small, you can't take much in there. You don't get much. But I can't climb. I can't even climb a few stairs. So for me, and I have a walker. So how do you go up and down stairs with a walker? You can't. So I need to be either on the first floor or make sure the elevators are always working. And here, they're not always working. And this is the longest we've ever been without one of the elevators. We only have two. So if the other one breaks down, we're out of luck. Though if it breaks down, I'd rather be in my apartment than out of my apartment. I can't remember if there's 2 or 3 floors on this place I'm going at. I don't remember if it's 2 or 3. Supposedly there's 156, I think it is, apartments. If you can call them apartments, studio apartments. Heather said I did my parenting, then snacked. Hubby was, at least it was just, can't read it through the thing. Did my parenting, then snacked because the hubby was. Oh, okay. At least it was just a mini kind bar. Chocolate though, yum, and not much more. I can't stop at just one. Yeah, well, my living room's bigger than that apartment I'm moving into. And this living room's not that big. Probably about more closer to the size of my bedroom. And then the bathroom. So it's tiny. I don't know how I'm going to get. I got more stuff than is going to fit in there. And we took a lot out already and got rid of it. But my daughter stopped helping me, so. I threw stuff from my bed into my kitchen sink while laying down. Oh, wow. This one I'm moving into is very tiny. It's and it was supposed to be a motel. Well, that would be a really small room. It was probably, I mean, the room was probably one that had just like a double bed in it and a side table or something. It's really not a lot of room in there. And I moved down to a twin bed, so I'm used to sleeping in a twin bed now because I had a double sized bed and it would never fit in there with anything else. And not knowing, being able to even have a measurements or anything, so we could try drawing measurements and try seeing how much room. And I don't know whether I need to take like the chest of drawers or will I be able to get my clothes in what they provide, which is just an armoire. It does look like it has drawers on the bottoms, but I hang most of my stuff up and use my chest of drawers for other things. So I don't know. It's going to be crazy. I just hope it gets over with soon. And if my daughter's not working, that'll make things a little bit easier. Right now, I think she's still working. The kids aren't out of school yet. Laura, I have no idea what month. They don't know yet because they don't have their licensing from the state. They've been waiting. I applied a year ago, and I've been on the list for a year, almost 11 months, and they have no idea. Um, they're hoping soon, but I've been waiting. Yeah, it's very frustrating. I've been going crazy waiting for this. And my aide, she applied to work there. She's waiting. Hopefully that they'll move at the same time. That hopefully she'll get hired and move because she's not planning, she's not planning on staying with the company she's in once I leave. But she's hoping to get a job there. But she doesn't know yet whether she got it or not. But they have to have the aides and everything ready and trained to go before they move people in. That's the whole idea of assisted living. There's some people that are going to be able to move in and be fine because they're on their own. But those of us like me who need help, they need to have them trained and ready to go. So, but they do the laundry, they do the cleaning. Once a week they do laundry, and once a week they do cleaning. And then I don't know how because I need help getting bathed and dressed and all that stuff. So I don't know how that works. Obviously, I'm going to need some help every day. Even if I don't shower every day, I at least I'm going to need help getting dressed and all. So, I'll need somebody to come in the morning and take care of, helping. And I won't be the only one, though, because there's different layers there. And, of course, the more you need help with, the more expensive the room is. Medicaid's going to be paying for it. Hopefully I have enough Medicaid to pay for it. Because there's a limit. But I don't know whether they just accept whatever. I have to pay so much of it. So they'll take so much out of the little income I get, and I get a small portion to keep each month for expenses, because there's some things I still have to pay for. And, and if I want things like cable and phone and all that, I got to pay for that stuff. So, if they take all my income, plus they can take the Medicaid. That's what it's there for. But if depending on how much I'm going to get, they said, when I've asked them, I said, do you know how much? And they're thinking probably around $150 a month that I get to keep, but they're not positive. And that's not, when you figure you got to buy certain things, like you have to pay for your own detergent because too many people are allergic to certain detergents. Like I can't use Tide. I'm allergic to it. So I have to, we all have to buy our own detergent, and you have to buy your own, toilet paper and paper towels and, certain other things that you need, your bath and beauty supplies, shampoo and all that stuff. You got to buy all that. So they have to give you so much out of the little bit of money I get each month, which isn't much. Hopefully it's at least $150. If it's less than that, it's going to be really hard. Cable's like $25, I think. And I have to get my phone added to my daughter's account. There's a lot to do, and it's she doesn't want to help. She wants me to be able to pay everything that I have to pay for her. Not so sure that's going to happen. They wanted me to go to a nursing home, and my case manager, Medicaid case manager, said, there is an alternative here. You don't have to go right into a nursing home, because I'm not really ready for a nursing home yet. Hi, Melanie. Haven't seen you in a while. Well, the phone, she understands she's probably got that added to her. I said I already talked to them. If I add my phone to her family account, she said it'll give them a discount for adding the more phones they have, the more discount they get. And it'll make mine probably only $20 or $30, depending on whether I want a hotspot or not. But if they provide Wi-Fi, I don't need a hotspot. But if that's the case, that's not that bad. And it would be nice if she just paid for it. But she's not the most generous person in the world. You were in a funk for a while and your antisocial side kicked in. Starting to feel better now, though. I understand that. They contacted me and asked me what my Medicaid, who my Medicaid is through, and I told her, I said, is there a problem? And she said, no, we're just trying to get everything ready so when they give them the opening date, they can go ahead and start moving on the getting the Medicaid in place. So in a way, they told me that right now they haven't heard anything, but they're hoping. I don't know what they're hoping. I don't know what they're basing it on. But the fact that they wanted, my Medicaid insurance, and they want it in place so that, so it's getting close. Yeah. Like at first I was, afraid they were going to tell me, oh, we don't take that Medicaid or something, I love that. I had the people today. I don't people too many days. Oh, I have the people 5 days a week because my aide comes in. But I just deal with her. And half the time I'm falling asleep. So it's hard though because she doesn't speak English very well. And we were talking about that today. I said to her, I said, do you realize that when you're talking, you talk about she and he, and you interchange it in a sentence? I don't know if you're talking about a man or a woman. She goes, yeah, I know. My daughter keeps telling me that too. She goes, that's one of the problems I have with English. She goes, I need an English class. I said, yeah, you do. It's not the only thing you do that I'm really confused about. You had to talk to like a group of 20 people, but individually. Polite talk, small talk. I don't like people either. I'm not a people person. I'm definitely not a people person either. That's what most of my anxiety deals with, having to deal with other people or situations, of course, like this, living situation. I mean, the good thing is I have a place to live, where some people have had to go elsewhere because they didn't have a place to live, and they had hoped. We had originally been told 30 to 60 days was move-in when I first applied, and you can see we're almost a year out. So a lot of those people had to go looking elsewhere. They were living with family and just couldn't stay there any longer. Luckily, I hadn't moved in with a family member. Not that any of them have room for me. So hopefully soon. That's all I can say. Hopefully soon. I need to go to bed soon too. I have to get up early tomorrow. It's still Friday. This is Thursday, so I have to get up tomorrow. Scrambled eggs on toast. Hey, sounds good. Yeah, it does sound good. Pasta with hormel chili, added cheddar cheese and sour cream. I'm not too sold on the sour cream part of that. Not exactly one of my favorite things. I like putting pasta in my chili though. Using noodles. I'll make buttered noodles and add them to my chili. Roy is crying for some. Oh. Yeah, I like buttered noodles with just butter. I mean, that's fine. Buttered noodles with ketchup, buttered noodles with stewed tomatoes, buttered noodles with chili. You can do a lot with buttered noodles. Big doctor. I seem to be jumping over. It's jumping or something. I missed this. I had a big doctor appointment yesterday. The process was horrible. Their process was horrible. That's the other thing. I filled my calendar with my appointments for the month. Monday, I have to go to the ear, nose, and throat. I have a podiatrist appointment coming up. I've got a dietitian appointment coming up. I got an eye appointment coming up. I got a podiatrist appointment for my feet coming up. I hate when they all fall in the same time frame. And I stopped using the Medicaid driving because of with the pandemic. I wasn't allowed to go in and wait. I had to stay outside. Now that they've changed that, I could go back to using that instead of driving. Yeah, I have diabetic retinopathy from my diabetes, and I need to keep it checked, and it's been over a year since I've been there, so I need to get in. Plus, I have pressure from glaucoma. It hasn't got to the point where I need the medicine yet, but it might now. It's been over a year. I don't know. And I've got cataracts starting. I said, cataracts? She said, yeah. He goes, yeah, but not the kind you're thinking of. These are the kind you get when you're older. And you were 162 pounds. I wish I was only 162 pounds. And I'm short, which makes it worse. I hate the doctor. I go to the doctor all the time. And I have so many specialists. I don't know how this is all going to work because I'm not going to have a car. And that means changing all my doctors. I already know that because none of them are within the Medicaid rides have to be within 15 miles. Way over 15 miles where I'm moving. I'm moving to a whole nother county. So I don't know exactly. I think I may not have to do all as specialist. Depends on what that doctor can treat for. All right. Good night, Laura. Love you all. Nice to see you again. And congratulations on getting your story accepted. Have a good night. All right, Melanie. Glad you stopped by. Missed you. Love you. Have a good night. Yeah, it's almost time for me to hit the rack myself. I was going to say something now. I forget what it was. A new vascular specialist. I'll have to get all new doctors because none of them are within 15 miles, and I won't have, like I said, I won't have a car. So driving them won't be an option, and I can't imagine my helpful children will be all that helpful. Heaven forbid I have to ask them to do anything to help me. I hope they find out that, what it's like when they get older and their kids are too busy for them. Oh, they're changing the pricing on the Restream. And they're doing it by how many streams you run. But I'm confused. My grandson does more than my kids do. My grandson, he'll do anything I ask him. Whereas my kids, forget it. I can't even get new glasses because my eyes are not, my diabetes is not under control, so they won't give me new glasses. My diabetes has to be under control. Not even sure. I think I know where they are. Yeah, my grandson's always been a great help. He didn't get that from his mother, that's for sure. I had that eye test and it came out good test. I was glad. Oh, I'm glad. Well, it takes some time for it to come. So, as time goes on, things would start to get a little worse and a little worse. Remember, I've had diabetes probably close to 25 years. So, it takes a while for that stuff to. But if you can get it under control and keep it pretty close to under control, you'll be a lot better off. For sure. I go to an ophthalmologist, though I don't know what I'll be doing. My appointments this month, with my luck, this is the month they'll move. I got all these appointments set up. And I'll need a new pain management specialist, and they're hard to find because I use both anxiety medicine and opioids, and a lot of them don't agree with that. And so I may have a problem, and I can't give up either one of them. I was lucky I found this office. I don't know if I'll be able to find another office, but I'm hoping that the doctor at the place will be able to write the pain meds, but I don't know. Don't know for sure. I don't know what he's able to do because I think she said I'll have to get my own pulmonary doctor. I have one, but he's, like I said, none of my doctors are in the thing, so I need new doctors I'll have to get. think you can only make messages underneath a video or a stream. I don't know if any messaging, not that that means anything. I don't know a lot of things. I guess I should go because I have to do my breathing treatment before I go to bed. And it's getting late. So I think I'm going to go. I'll see you guys. Plus, I still have to figure out what's going on with my computer. Because it's definitely not working right. I don't know who else is streaming. Maybe somebody else is. But I'm going to have to go. It's been almost 3 hours, believe it or not. Good luck with getting your words in. And good night, everyone. Love you all. Thank you. You too. I'll see you again soon. Bye now.